Well, hello again and welcome to the VK60S Fun with Amateur Radio channel. Actually, this episode should be called Fun with Fans. Got some different fans here. Got a little play around with just to see what we get. Now, I bought one of these fans. These are quite cheap. I was looking at the fans these PC guys use. Now, this apparently is designed. This is a Corsair SP120, and it's designed to provide to push against static pressure. So for blowing through radiators and stuff like that. So they say. They do an AF, which is an airflow version, which is not very good at that, which is much better for circulating air in a cabinet, and they do these for blowing air through grills and radiators, which is the SP series, the static pressure series. This one's I think 57 or so cubic feet a minute supposedly. So let's try it out. Now we can see the difference in design between this one and that's the mains powered fan that I had under the GS35B the other day, the one that was giving me 37 cubic feet a minute of airflow through the radiator. And you might be able to see the slight difference in design of the actual blades themselves. The angle's pretty tight there, so you'd expect it to shovel a reasonable amount of air, but the difference between that and this is more like a nuclear submarine propeller, that sort of thing. So I'll probably get various agencies around the world actually recording the sound it makes, just in case I decide to take it anywhere near the North Pole. Now you can see these are scooped, these blades. The others were angled. These are more scooped, and there's more blades, so there's less gap between the blades. If you look at that, I'm guessing this is an airflow one. Can you see the gap between the blades? You can see it very clearly on this one, and on this one very little gap between the blades. So okay, well this is a 12 volt fan. We'll fire it up and we'll measure the airflow. Now this is a 3-wire connector. How the deuce do we connect a 3-wire connector to a 12 volt supply? Well, it's quite simple. Fortunately, all we need to do is look up the connections for this little tiny plug here, and if we do that, we find that this one here on the right hand side is the ground connection. The middle one is plus 12 volts. The one on the left is the sensing lead. So we're not interested in the sensing lead. I'm going to run this flat out. So we'll cut all 3 wires off and get rid of the sensing lead. Really not interested in that one. Let's make sure I've got the correct 2 leads left. And the way we do that, yeah, the way I do that is that the negative lead has got the negative bars written on it. So I can cut that one off and forget about it. There we go, that's the sense lead. Just cut him off so I don't get confused with the other 2. And you'll notice that I'm calling him again because I live in Australia, and Australians assign a sex to inanimate objects. So we'll put him over there, we'll tidy him up, we'll do this, that and the other with him. Okay, right, now which one is my neg lead? I've forgotten now. In this light, can I see? It's should be this one. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's the neg lead. And that's the pos lead. So now I'll connect them to my handy little 12 volt power supply that I have here. I've only just bought this, so I don't want to get them the wrong way round. Fry my shiny new fan, so I'll just double check that. That's the negative one. It goes in there, like that. Supposedly these are quite quiet as well. This is supposed to be half as noisy as the mains powered fan. Now what I've got in mind is, you know, if this does shovel the air reasonably well, I could possibly use 2 of these to provide a nice quiet airflow through my GS35 with the adequate cubic feet a minute of flow. Right, let's put that there. Put the mains one over there for a minute. these variable capacitors make great frames for testing fans. They don't impede the airflow. Right, let's fire them up, see what happens. Oh, I forgot these PC guys like these things to look nice as well. So you can see it's got it's got 4 blue LEDs on it. Actually, I quite like that. It's almost worth having the cooling fans visible from the outside of the amplifier. Yeah, that doesn't feel to me like a huge amount of flow. Let's see what the meter says. It's spring, it's quite warm today. Okay, let's get it spinning. And as always, a minute seems like forever when you're timing it. I would say that this airflow is not as energetic as the flow I got from my mains powered fan. Now, this being a 12 volt fan without the sense lead, just connected to 12 volts, will be flat out. That noise I don't think is coming from the fan itself. That's just because it's sitting on top of the capacitor. I think if I put my hand on there to give it a bit of tension, that noise would stop. So it's very, very quiet fan. The thing is, how much air am I getting, and will that air push through the anode radiator? Now, this is the same diameter as the mains powered one, so I can use the same usual level of prep work. Where's the calculator? Where's me calculator? Hang on a second. I'll be less than one blinking jiffy. Although I probably should have hit pause. That might have been a little more professional, but then this is amateur radio, and along with it go the amateur videos. So what do we have there? We have 218. This is going to be pretty abysmal, I think. This is going to be pretty abysmal. So we'll have 218, 2. I must have a finger on a button somewhere. 218 multiplied by 0.09 equals 19.62. Yeah, so I don't know where they get their 50 odd cubic feet a minute from. I really don't. Unless there's something not quite right with this gadget. But the mains powered one read low as well. The mains powered one is supposed to be 88 cubic feet a minute, and it does feel like more air is coming from that. There doesn't feel like there's very much air coming from the 12 volt fan at all. Yeah, as I thought, if I press down on it, it stops making that rattling noise. But I think it would be fair to say that Mr. Corsair is bloody hopeless. I don't know where you get your figures from. Unless you had it blowing into a vacuum, maybe. But I'm afraid that does not get the VK6CS tick of approval. Okay, now, believe it or not, these little, someone mentioned this the other day, about these little 30mm diameter fans. Now, believe it or not, this thing, still got to walk around the camera, this thing here is supposed to provide, this little tiny thing here, is supposed to provide 108 cubic feet a minute. Yeah, right. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I'll just do this very quickly because this thing only runs for 20 minutes, this camera, and then it shuts off, and I've got no idea how to stop it doing that. so let's try and do this as quickly as possible. And screw it on there. And that one screwed on there. And let's fire it up. Okay, get that one out of the way. You can hear it's got a fair bit of suction on there, but 108 cubic feet a minute. I doubt it. Okay, well let's just for fun. Sorry about that. I can't see the viewfinder. That's a problem. Just for fun, let's see what this little fan here gives. Hang on, let's just adjust that down a bit. This little fan here, yeah, let's see what that gives. I need to sound like it's reasonably aggressive, this thing, but I can't see my watch. This is nowhere near 108 cubic feet a minute. They're absolutely nuts. I don't know where they get these. I don't know where these fan people get their numbers from, but they're seriously optimistic. I think seriously optimistic. It might be maybe the area of that little tiny 30mm diameter circle, maybe. Maybe if I calculated the flow through that area rather than through this airflow meter, but this might not really be a valid test, but it doesn't feel like very much air to me. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to try a little experiment, because I've heard people say, oh, you can put fans in series. Well, I've got two of these little fans. Okay, so that was an additional 5 seconds. So we'll just see what we've got. And then I'll redo the test with two fans and I'll give it an additional 5 seconds. What do I do with the calculator? There it is. This is going to be absolutely abysmal. So on, and what did we say? So this is 129, so it's 129 multiplied by 0.09 equals 11.61. Actually, that is not bad for a little tiny fan like that, but it's nowhere near 108. But what they've probably done is, I suspect, they've probably measured the actual the linear airflow, because I mean that's 129. They said 108 cubic feet a minute. They probably meant to say 108 feet per minute. I think that would be a more accurate thing for this. So what did I say that was? That was okay, so it's 129. So let's try two of these in parallel. Now I reckon myself that if you were going to try and series fans up, the first fan, like the sort of impeller fan if you like, the one that sucks in, should be running faster than the one that blows out, otherwise it seems pointless. But as an experiment, I'll just try it. Sort out a couple of bolts here so I can bolt these little suckers together, or little blowers. I'll only use two. How are we doing for time? 14 minutes. I'm going to have to get a move on. This thing's just going to stop. Dear me, I don't know, this is just not very good at all. Okay, there's one. And there's two. This is the easiest way to test this, I think, with these two little fans. And if it works with the little fans, it will work with the big ones. You would expect, because so it may not be true. That's what I'd expect. Okay, get on there. Okay, now I'll connect this one up as well. I haven't tried this before, so I've got no idea what the outcome will be. Can't see that terminal terribly well. That going in there. Yep. And here we go on this one here. I've got time to do this, just about. Okay. This one's not running. Why is this one not running? The bottom one's running, but the top one isn't. Okay. Alright, well, one of the fans is being stubborn. It's not going to run, so I'll have to sort that out and do another quick video on seriesing fans up. Hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll catch you next time.